And nothing really else comes to mind directly as being like vitally important to the story. I mean, they're all kind of there, but all of the other characters are either duplicate shops with their own side story content, or just standing around as part of the crew, other than like the Pickard girl, who's like, obviously Pickards are like very important, so they're like beyond this conversation in a higher tier. Okay. And the girl that takes care. Other than that, all of the other characters don't really do anything for the player in any way other than story content. Because all the
aside
shops
aside from the doctors making sure Adol doesn't die, aside from all of the other NPCs needing to
there's a couple of hand things.
Ship.
There's a couple of things that make sense. A handful of things that make sense, like you said. But other than like the ones I mentioned, like there's a doctor in Karnak. There's two other Smiths in the game besides Mandy, who's on your ship. There's Rafe is there. He just has his story. He doesn't really do anything for you, unless I'm misremembering.
He's one of the only other people capable of fighting.
Yeah, but that's like miscellaneous ancillary auxiliary character. Like, yeah, sure. Like in like the lore sense, you need fighters on the ship, and he's one of the only people who can fight. Like, yes, and having named like fighters and stuff on your ship is as opposed to just all faceless goons. But like, he's not vital. He doesn't personally help fend off anything except for the very end, where like the four of them team up to fight the Grieger that are attacking you while you're on the island, facing the old man.
So what you're saying
Bren
is then he is important because of that.
Well, if they weren't there, they wouldn't be getting attacked. I'm not saying,
but of
like,
course
important,
they're going to be there. How else are you going to get to the
I'm
island?
not saying not important is like completely irrelevant. But basically, like, in according to the plot of like the overall game, I'm in the molasses again. I don't know. They don't do much like direct help to the player.
I mean, it's an East game. When do they ever?
Yeah, but it's like it's less so than like in Monstrum Nox, because each of them have their own like abilities that they use, and you get to swap between them.
Yeah, but you could just find you could just find those abilities instead of them being tied to characters. Like
I'm just trying to say that like they feel less important to the story than the other characters did in 9. And there's stories.
I mean, yeah, they're not party members.
Yes, and I get that. I'm just saying, like, as other characters other than Adol, they feel less important to the story in 10, just overall.
Because they are
sort of. Where'd he go? So let me go. Let me use Mandy as an example. So you're building a ship crew because you're collecting all the people who got separated from Karnak when it was attacked. They all kind of join your ship, and then they offer you the ability to do all of the shop and crafting stuff on your ship, as opposed to having to go back to town, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's fast travel in the game. The loading screens are not that long. If you were to say want to go upgrade your sword, opening up the ship map, teleporting back to Balta Island, talking to the smith, which is not super close to the ship dock, so that's the thing. Upgrading your sword and then like teleporting back to where you were, that's like 3 loading screens.
Yeah.
You could save slightly more time if you were to slow down, stop your ships to the point where you can access the rest of your ship, because it's a really stupid thing where you have to wait for things to be like not happening for you to be able to do stuff. Open up your ship menu, and you teleport to the bottom of your ship, walk over to Mandy, get your stuff upgraded, and then you have to teleport back to the helm, and then you continue on where you're going. It's only saving you a slight amount of time to have Mandy actually on your ship, as opposed to perhaps sitting in Karnak helping rebuild the town because you need a smith there to make tools or repair tools or something. Which you can't do
in
because
gameplay. I mean, in gameplay, sure.
Yeah.
But,
so I'm saying, like,
but
story
like,
sense, it kind of makes sense because like the Grieger are attacking, and they're still a threat.
Well, not even the Grieger are attacking. Why should you need to sail into town whenever you need to do minor maintenance on anything?
No, I mean like helping the townsfolk themselves rebuild the town, but you can't really.
Right,
but
you're also
a threat.
But you're also sailing around doing what you need to do. And why wouldn't you have a smith on?
No, it makes sense to have people on your ship, but I'm saying that they're not like completely vital to anything other than filling story slots and concept of having a crew and needing people to be on the ship for, oh, it's a ship, you have to have a crew. It makes sense to have all of these people helping there.
Yeah.
Like you need a ship doctor, you need a ship cook, you need a ship.
Yeah, you do need all of these things. So what's the problem?
Right. Is that the only reason they're on the ship, other than maybe some very slight convenience for the player, is, oh, you have to have people on the ship because you can't crew it with 3 people.
Okay.
And that's really it. Then there's the story bit where it's like, okay, look, Karnak's destroyed. We can't have them go back to Karnak now because there's still the Grieger threat. But then you could just have them all sit on Balsa Island. Or there's like a couple other places that are relatively safe. And it's like, in my mind, I wasn't able to specifically describe this as to why I was frustrated having to go talk to all the people. It just, looking back on it, makes them seem so much less important to like the main story.
That all of their stuff isn't important to the main story.
Well, yes, and that's part of the point of them being extra side characters and not main characters. It just felt particularly, if I was to have bad news, level 1 adventures was shredded in seconds. I guess I should try that. I guess that's maybe telling me not to be level 1. I should.
Yeah, maybe come back later. Maybe that sign is trying to help you out.
Yeah. It's just, in particular, the characters felt not vital in any way. Like not even like. Not that they're not vital and not required for the story. Model?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, you got a model. Yeah, look. No, it's all side content. But, like, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not side content.
No, it's not that I don't, like, I don't usually mind side content that much. Dang it. At least I got the roll. But some wasn't there something with this? I don't have movement glove thing. Unless these are supposed to heal me?
No.
What are they doing then?
Just they're telling you that that's the exit.
Oh. Okay.
Pretty smooth.
Outer tunnel's cleared. The other characters being around didn't do much in the sort of like story. Like when you go around, you go places, other characters will interact with other people and like things will happen. Bren is actively like a hindrance to the player. because he runs ahead and gets ahead of himself and then gets in trouble, and then we have to go save him. Still looks like I had nothing to do. The magic of yours is some pretty sweet stuff, even though I don't use it very much. It's sprinkling a smidge of my power. Hurry and take back my stolen magic. Of course, it's not to say your skills haven't been impressive. I can tell you know that strange weapon of yours inside. What is this anchor? This anchor gear? Well, I've been using it for a long time now. I can control its reach. I can set off traps from a safe distance. It's been a real useful tool for exploring. Though, I'll admit it can be kind of finicky and takes a lot of maintenance and special parts, so you don't see many people use them. Fascinating. By the way, how's your body holding up? Do you feel anything unpleasant or uncomfortable? Oh, I feel pretty good. My body is lighter than usual somehow. Oh, so I'm getting stronger. Contract, of course it is. We may have changed the terms of the blood contract, but it's still blood knight. But us being equals, you're closer to being human than you were before. Well, that strikes me as a good thing. Keep in mind that we're still bound together in body and spirit. So try and be careful without taking injury. Alright, ain't like I want to get smacked around either. So back to Gren. Gren felt like a real active hindrance to me. Or like to the player.
Wanna rest a little?
Oh, time again. I hope I can figure this out sometime between next stream and now.
I mean, give it some tinkering, but it's working enough for right now.
There we go. There you go.
7.
I guess I could go back and upgrade this. I really felt like it. Don't.
Yeah, you could. It's a shame that you ate 3 of those because you would have had 20.
Yeah. It's the monster ball? Let's just eat all the food. Now I'm level 2. I won't die immediately.
Now you can save.
Wanna rest a little?
So Gren's whole character. Oh, it is.
Wanna rest a little?
I did say. Gren's whole character arc is being like the overeager fighter who is not very skilled yet and will get himself into trouble until he can practice and get better, right?
Yeah.
But I think there's like 3 times in the story where he actually causes problems. And then the 4th time he's fighting alone he's fighting together on the ship and he actually like learns how to use mana. I feel like his character arc could have been better if instead of forcing me, the player, to have to put up with his nonsense, he perhaps like had a bit of a time before the Grieger attack on town. Like maybe he goes off with the militia, like with like him and like a couple other people, and they go clear a town. Maybe there was like a couple wolves were spotted nearby. But they were mistaken as Grieger, and Adel fights them. Goes, so Adel's not with Gren at the time. Adel goes, oh, these wolves, they're not wolves, they're Grieger. Oh no, Gren. I remember Gren. He was nice to me. I should probably go help save him because he's probably dealing with like Grieger right now. And then you run over to the cave. He's like, Gren's out of his depths. You save him, and then he goes, okay, maybe I need to go and practice a lot more and get a lot more better at combat, because otherwise I will be in mortal danger for my life and probably cause others to no longer be able to rely on me. And that would happen outside of Adel specifically having to pull him out of like 3 different fights that he picked. Then his character would have felt like less of a burden, if that makes sense. At least in my mind, it makes sort of sense. I'm not over here. I
mean, I get what you're saying, but
this. It felt like having Gren on board and with us was actively a detriment instead of like forcing him to go sit at like Balls Island or something. He just...
Except that he wasn't actively a detriment most of the time.
Not most of the time.
He was one of the only ones, again, competent enough to hold a sword.
Yeah.
Like...
It's... you don't really... You don't actively see that part of the crew too often in the game. I mean, you do. It's not a lot. And it goes back to, oh, you have a ship, you need a crew, you need people who can be all these things on the ship because it's a ship and you need them. And obviously you need fighters because Grigor can attack. I'm trying to put this into words.
Yeah, you're saying stuff and it's like, well, yeah. So
the execution of it just feels off to me. Bomb. This is Animal Crossing. The stupid little droidic things. That one was actually like one of them.
they all were.
They all were, yeah.
You just gonna ignore that?
I was thinking maybe because this is one of those fight room things, isn't it? Okay. I was confused for a second. I thought like I had to do something outside. I'm just gonna juggle them now. Or not, because they have a big hammer. I don't like that. Okay. Alright. Make sure I go. Oh. It felt like the crew had to be there instead of you wanting the crew. Like if you're building a
wait, instead of you wanting the crew to be there, Adol wanted all of them to be there.
Okay, I guess that's a way to use items.
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It's just putting focus on where the cursor is going.
I guess I just can't really put it into words. It just felt like the execution of having the crew on the ship. What?
Why is that so far behind?
What?
Hold on. Maybe I just need to refresh it. Okay.
Is there an issue?
It's fine.
Okay.
No.
Oh. Does not like that. Man. Okay. Because I'm like, if it's going to like have issues every time I try to use an item, then that might be a deal breaker for this game until I can fix it.
Well, instead of, this was intended to be played with, I think, just a mouse. So the fact that the controller support was added in.
Yeah, I'm talking about like the being super
I see
glitchy.
it.
I like how the I was just like, oh, so tasty.
Yeah,
that's great. That's great. Wonder which one I have to. We'll click back real quick. Okay. I guess I can't really get my point across correctly still, or the way I felt about the game. It just, I guess the execution of everything coming together felt slightly off. And to me, all the side characters felt more off than usual. Like felt more off than perhaps the designers intended them to be, and the like writers. But
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by off. So
like, they're all there. They all serve a purpose. They all are like reasonable. They have good stories. I just was like, but there are like 20 different merchant shops, and you have a duplicate of all of them on your ship, which is useful for not
What?
all of them, because you don't have the tent guy on your ship, and you don't have like a handful of merchant like ship trader shops on your ship. You just have like the general store.
That store is only there for a little while.
I thought it was one person, and then it got taken over by the merchant guy. And then it was like the woman who ran the shop in town. What, am I doing this wrong?
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
How did
so
you activate these in the first game?
put something on it? But I swear I pushed one of those
no,
buttons.
you did not put something on it.
Oh. Okay. It seemed too low to the ground. It seemed like a pressure plate, not like a hit button. Yeah, I guess I just can't put as to why I was more disgruntled with the NPCs
Yeah,
in this game than
I
the
don't
other
really know,
ones.
because everything you're saying is like, well, yeah.
I
So,
mean, it all adds up, but in my head, it adds up to be less than it could have been. Like, all the points are there, they all make sense. It just feels like there's just something that was missing or didn't click right for me.
I don't know.
And I guess I can't quite describe what it is. Eventually, there might be a game that is like, does it egregiously bad, and I'm like, okay, this is exactly what it was, but it was like 12,000 degrees less than this. So maybe one day I'll be able to put it into perspective for why it felt off to
Maybe.
me. Because I guess there is a reason why I liked Cruz more than like every other NPC almost. One day. Oh no, there's a cannon. Oh god. Okay, look, this is fun because I remember in the other game, they were around, but they just like stationary. This is actually dangerous. I like this. Except for the whole change of not being able to destroy them.
What? Who said you can't destroy it?
I mean, I thought I could attack them to kill them last game. do I
No,
have to
it
throw
took
the
something
bomb?
else to destroy
Oh,
them.
Because I knew the bomb did it. I just didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, it pauses. Okay. I didn't know it paused.
Yeah, but you gotta do that. Luckily, it stopped and went back. I guess it was
Yeah.
at the end of the line. Yeah.
It was around here, and I figured it
Yeah.
would be either close enough or it would come back.
Yeah.
Ah, got him. Got him with a bomb. Oh man. I think I like this menu better. Because in the previous game it was just 5 or was it 10 slots that would just like
I think it was at least 8.
yeah, because it was just a bar, like a hot bar, and you just ate things from left to right. Like, well, you would eat
There's
the
a-
leftmost
There's
thing.
also a button. There should be a button that'll just eat those. But you have the menu options for sorting your bar now.
I legit
Is there not? Is there not one?
don't think there is. Is it under Navi?
If we go to options and then there's no control
I
options.
think if I open the config, you can look at the actual controls.
Yeah, maybe. I already uninstalled the game again though.
That's okay.
Make sure to actually line that up.
I just like that.
Hey, look, you did it.
But I like the new like item bar. I just hate how for the bombs at least that you have to like line them up and then you have to wait for your character to be in line.
Yeah, but it's not that precise. You've seen the blast radius.
Yeah. What's the highest number here? 6?
6.
Dang.
Well, now you're over 20 of the rolls. Cucumber rolls, yeah.
Yeah. I am curious as to what they want to do with the 10 remake.
Who knows? Ah, now you've done it.
Because it is odd. Oh, I can do that. Okay. We're here with that. It is a little odd that they've gone straight to remaking the game they just put out.
They wanted to do more with the story. I really hope it's a DLC and not a new entry because that would suck.
Yeah. We need more information.
We do. We don't have any. What is there something
Is it back here? Okay, no,
that's
I'm
just
just
the same room?
yeah, I'm just trying to piece it all together in my mind. Because I thought there was one more section I had not explored of this map.
I don't know.
Ooh,
Be careful of your health.
Oh.
You weren't careful of your health.
was not.
All
no.
right. Hey, you can restart the area.
That's nice.
Is this even floor 2 or I have no idea.
Oh no. Get him.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Get him. That time again. I'm gonna have to mess around with the settings to see if it's gonna keep barking like this.
Yeah, this is
It
the most
not
stable.
ideal.
This is the most stable we were able to get it.
It is
Okay, we're back on
not-
floor 1.
Yeah,
aren't we?
we're back on floor 1, which is not ideal.
Well, the solution is to keep your health in double digits. I don't know why
Yeah.
you were running around in a danger area with 8 health.
I'm just not used to managing it yet, because it's not in the place I usually expect my health to be, and the number is sort of mashed in the corner there. If you look at it, it's just
It
28,
is.
but it's like
Yeah,
looks like 2B.
I know. I know.
It's odd, so I just get used to it. I have to look at there now. And I was more used to looking at the, was there actually a number of health in the first game?
I believe so.
Or was it just the hearts?
No, I think there was a number.
Come on.
If only there were a way to fight these flying enemies. Oh yeah, we have a ranged attack.
I didn't know it would home in.
That's fair, but even still, an enemy that tries to keep its distance from you,
Yeah.
easy ranged attack.
I thought that stayed down the first time I opened it before. Well, anyway, what have you been playing?
Yeah. So, I'm still playing Superland 6 inches under, as you
I
saw
saw
before we
earlier
started.
and had to...
I am almost done with the game. going off of the number of chests I have left to open.
Gotcha.
But I've also been playing the demo for Aethermancer.
Oh, that.
Yes.
It was made
that
by the same
is-
people who did Monster Sanctuary, right?
That is correct. That is correct.